This is the 2024 Honda Ridgeline Sport. You won't believe the features you get. Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. And for those of you who are wondering what's up with the title, one of the most common requests I receive is to show lower trim levels in my videos. And that really depends on what's available in inventory a lot of the time. I try and show every trim level from the lowest to the highest, but in this case, we're going to go with the base trim level. There are a lot of features here that I think may surprise a lot of people. So if you want to know more about this particular model, check out the link in the description of the video to the Holmes Honda website, and you can get started with the process of maybe buying this truck if you're interested. We live in Northwest Louisiana, in case you're curious. Let's see what you get for or on this particular model. LED headlights with auto high beam assist, and even here on the base trim level, LED fog lights down there on the lower portion of the bumper. You'll also find the active air curtains right here. That's going to help you with your gas mileage because you improve aerodynamics. And the Sport logo prominently displayed right here, just a little something that's here. I might as well show it to you. And nothing unusual. It's been this way since 2021, but no matter if you go with the Sport trim level or you go to the top trim level, which is going to be the black edition, you're going to have all-wheel drive. Like I said, that's been standard as of the 2021 model year, so no more front-wheel drive Ridgelines. How about tire and wheel size? 245 on the width, a 60 series sidewall, wrapped around 18-inch wheels, and you'll find safety features. Obviously, a lot of airbags and Honda sensing, which includes collision mitigation, braking, lane keeping assist, road departure mitigation, and you'll also find adaptive cruise control. And let me turn around this way and take advantage of the bright Louisiana sunshine to show you the remote. You do have remote start, even here on the lowest trim level. Now, you won't find turn signal indicators built into the side view mirrors. They are manually folding. Two different directions here, but they are power adjustable. That's a good thing. By the way, that remote is a proximity key. You have the walk away feature. All of that is here. And I don't know how many people are that concerned about it, but if you're wondering about what is not here, well, one thing that you don't have is the power sliding rear window. That section that's in the middle that will slide open and closed. Not here, but not a big deal. We'll finish things off here with the Sport logo, the Honda logo on the tailgate, the dual action tailgate, and the Ridgeline logo stamped into the tailgate. That's a change for 2024. Not necessarily a big deal, but something that Honda has changed. Something that hasn't changed is you're still going to have that same comfortable ride quality that a lot of you enjoy with these Ridgelines. Let's also get into some details about what's under the hood. Now, there is actually one more thing I do want to show you real fast. You might have said to yourself, oh man, no blind spot monitoring? I don't know about that. Well, just because you don't see it in the side view mirrors doesn't mean that it's not here. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to start the engine, and what you're going to see is that blind spot monitoring, well, it didn't come on right there. Let's see if we can get it to come on for us real quick. It's actually, there we go, built into that area right there, as you could see. So you do have blind spot monitoring here. It's just not built into the side view mirrors as it is on most other Honda models. Under the hood is the naturally aspirated 3.5 liter Honda V6. For those of you who don't like turbochargers, well, that's a good thing. 280 horsepower, 262 pounds-feet of torque. It's mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. And let's take a look here at the MPGs for the Ridgeline. We're looking at, let's see if I can get the glare off of there, 18 city, 24 highway, 21 combined, and 4.8 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. To open the gas door, we're going to go right here and push that button. That's good to know that that stays locked otherwise. You do have capless fuel fill here. And if you're wondering, well, how much gas can the Ridgeline hold? It has a 19.5 gallon gas tank. Towing comes in at a maximum of 5,000 pounds, and you have 1,515 pounds up to 1,599 pounds of payload capacity. You do have a steel reinforced composite bed. You will find a bed liner here. That's always a good thing. No matter what trim level you go with on the Ridgeline, you will find a bed liner, just as you will find the dual action tailgate. There's a release right under here for the less common action of this tailgate. And if you're new to the Ridgeline, this may be something that's going to be very interesting to you. The way the bed is set up, you can actually fit a lot of things back here that you can't fit in other trucks because you don't have the large fender wells protruding up into the interior of the bed. You will find some lighting. I would like to see Honda make that LED lighting. Maybe we'll see that sometime in the future. The bed trunk right here is a very useful thing to have because you can not only store things back here, you can also have partitions that go in these areas right here. You can section it off into 4 different areas. You'll also find nothing unusual. It is standard on every single Ridgeline, the drain plug right here. So that means you could put ice back here. You could clean things up and drain all the water out of that when the ice melts down or have dirty water you need to get rid of. Easy to deal with. And this tray actually slides out and mounts right here, so you can gain access to the spare tire. There's bolts inside this area called tray bolts that you actually just undo, and then you can move that out of the way, no big deal. And you also have a few tie-down points here as well, as you can see at the rear and the front of the bed. Now, I don't know how easy this is going to be to do one-handed. Let's see if I can. And it turned out I needed both hands. But you can see that you have a little bit of extra storage space right here on the right-hand side of the bed. And let's take a look at what your rear seat passengers are going to find. Now, you won't find door bins here. There's nothing in that area, but you will find something that kind of makes up for that, because a lot of the time, door bins on these rear doors, they are actually more bottle holders than door bins. You still have a bottle or a cup holder right here, a little bit of space for, well, whatever anybody wants to fit right there. The armrests do seem to be comfortable. Put my arm up there, I do feel a good bit of padding right there. That's helpful. Now, one thing that I really like here, and I'm going to show you how to do this. This release right here allows you to bring the seat cushions up and actually increase potential cargo capacity. So in the event that maybe you have something that will fit back here that you don't want in the bed, maybe it's raining, I don't know, it could be a lot of different things that could happen. Well, you have the room for such things. And keep in mind, this is a mid-sized truck. The seats are back pretty far, but I still have plenty of room, quite a bit of headroom as well. Being that this is not a full-size truck, the back seat may not be as big as you would expect, but it does fit in with a lot of mid-sized trucks that are out there as far as its size goes. There is enough space back here for adults over 6 feet tall. How long you'd want to sit back here? I don't know. It's hard to say. I think it's okay. I think it's acceptable. There's always room for improvement on every vehicle, whether it's more space or the fact that we don't have any USB ports back here on the sport trim level at least, but we do have a 12-volt power outlet. But one thing that I know a lot of people are interested in these days is something you will find here on the rear of the center console, the air conditioning vents. And there is a fold-down armrest here. Let's see if I can get that down with the cup holders built in. And I like the fact that Honda has these cup holders positioned where they are, because even if there's a cup or a bottle in each one, there's still room to use this as an armrest. Most automakers have the cup holders right here in this area. That means when there's a bottle or a cup there, unless somebody wants to just use their elbow to take advantage of the armrest, well, they can't really do that. That's something that I think should be in more vehicles. And something else that you won't find here, and you'll have to tell me what you think about this: no sunroof. How important is a sunroof in your vehicle buying or truck buying experience? Let's face it, it doesn't matter how many features you do or don't receive on a vehicle, no matter the trim level, if the price isn't right. So what is the price on this Ridgeline Sport? $41,600. Let's see what else you get for the price. A little bit more space here with the armrest on the front doors, and a true door bin, in fact, an upper and a lower door bin here on the front doors to make up for the lack, I guess, of a true door bin on the rear doors. Now, one thing you won't find here, just like the sunroof, The driver and the passenger seats are both manually adjustable. They are adjustable, so that's a good thing. But in case you were curious, well, there's the answer to that particular question. There is plenty of space within the glove box right here. And you will, on the Sport trim level, look at what you get. Wireless charging. There's your wireless charging pad. A couple of USB ports and the 12-volt power outlet right here. Some of that might be a little bit of a surprise, but it is what's here. A little bit of space right here. And the cup holders next to one of those areas where a lot of people say, I'm not so sure about that. But if you like the push-button shifter, tell us down in the comments section why you like it. What do you think its advantages are? Always curious to know. And for 2024, there are more changes than just the few that we saw on the exterior. You'll find that the built-in armrests into the seats here are now gone. The lid for the center console is now your armrest. Gone is that garage-style door that opened and closed here. At least that's what I thought of as a roll-up door or something like that. So you have a more traditional center console lid right here and quite a bit more space. So that's a good thing. And obviously plenty of room to use that as an armrest. And as far as your upper console goes, we'll just give you a quick look at that, show you what's here. There is a sunglass holder, no conversation mirror. How many of you would like to have a conversation mirror? And here on the driver's side door, you know what's here, you know what to expect, but I'll show you anyway. You did see where the button is located to open the gas door. Here is the control for your power side view mirrors and econ mode. And you can see some of your other features right here as well. This is a tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. And we'll take a look over here. I'm going to start the vehicle. Here is the now standard on all trim levels 9-inch touchscreen. Has a faster processor. It's not supposed to have the lag that it did in the past. But let me show you something interesting here. Keep in mind, this is the base trim level. Look at what you have right here. Wireless connectivity for your cell phone. That's right. You don't need to have your device plugged into a USB port to pair it. So you also have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto here as well. Quite a bit going on where that is concerned. You can see Apple CarPlay, Android Auto right there. And also changes to the instrument cluster in addition to what we see with the center screen. So a more modern look, nothing new or out of the ordinary as far as Honda goes, but it is new for the Ridgeline for 2024. Very easy to deal with. You can go in and customize the look to a degree as far as what's on here and the display and all that good stuff. And you can see what all is here. So pretty easy to deal with, pretty easy to figure out. You really don't need me to show you everything. You will continue to have your shifter paddles here to work your way back and forth through the 9-speed automatic transmission. And you can control your headlights and fog lights right here. And also the blinky things on the outside that help people around you know what you're doing. I know if some of you ever hit that and saw that blinking arrow, you might come into the Honda dealership and say, there's something wrong with my vehicle. It has an arrow blinking. No, you're just letting people around you know what you're doing when you're driving. It helps. Yes, it's okay to laugh. I love turn signal sarcasm. And here, can't say anything sarcastic or funny about that. Or maybe I should really think long and hard, and maybe I could. I don't know. But the control for your windshield wipers. Steering wheel mounted controls here, pretty self-explanatory. And going back to the center screen, let's go into reverse. You'll have your multi-view rear view camera, so quite a bit going on where that is concerned. 3 different views at least, and your nice bright trajectory lines as well. And we'll go over here. Here's something that's also different. So if you need to go into vehicle settings, you have graphics here. The only thing that I think is interesting is that it has actually the door off of a different vehicle. Definitely not the Ridgeline, but that's just the way it is. But I do think that's nice. Add some value here, just makes it look a little more modern. And let's see if we can get that to work. That's more me than it is the screen. But you can see what all is here. You will, again, on this base trim level, we're going to sync those 2 sides together because you have dual zone climate control. Now you won't find heated or ventilated seats here. Keep in mind, It is trim level based, but I think there's quite a bit going on here that might surprise some of you. Now you also have the D and the S right here. So you have drive, that's going to bring the D up right here. If I push that button again, it goes to S, which is going to be sequential mode. And then, let me go back into park. You also have additional driving modes. So we have snow, there's mud, sand, and normal. So quite a bit where that's concerned. As far as your different driving modes, depending on where you live, those can come in handy in a multitude of situations. And as far as driving the Ridgeline goes, you're really not going to see a lot of differences on most trim levels. Now, if you went with the Trail Sport, the difference in tires will make a little bit of a difference in the ride quality, but obviously here, no big deal. And it's not a tremendous difference on the Trail Sport trim level, but here on the Sport trim level, you're going to have the same comfortable ride quality that so many of you have come to enjoy with these Ridgeline trucks over the years. So as far as that goes, obviously no changes there. A very roomy interior, especially here in the front seat. Plenty of room. If you're somebody who is in excess of 6 feet tall, you're definitely going to be able to fit no problem. You can adjust these seats even here on the Sport trim level. Even though the seat isn't power adjustable, it's still adjustable to the point that you can set things up so you're nice and comfortable. You don't feel cramped. You still have plenty of headspace. So everything very good. The technology, while it has changed as far as its overall look with the dashboard and with the center screen, still just as easy to use as it's ever been in the past. So really there's not a lot of issues there. There's no issues as far as that goes. Simple technology, enjoyable to drive, easy to get around with. And while I know you'll always have it's a tradition basically now that you're going to have a lot of people that say the Ridgeline isn't really a truck. That actually helps my videos out because there's so much more interaction with people going back and forth on whether or not they think the Ridgeline is a real truck or not in the comments section. But one way or another, it has some of the usability of a truck, that's for sure. The one thing I am going to say is that hopefully we will eventually see a full redesign of the Ridgeline, and when that happens, one thing I think would be beneficial is to have a little larger bed, a little bit more length to the bed. I know a lot of you have asked about that. How important is that to you? Overall, a very enjoyable vehicle to drive, comfortable ride quality, easy to get around, usability of a truck, but a comfortable ride quality, plenty of space, easy to learn technology for those of you who have never had this kind of technology before. And I know there's still a lot of people out there who haven't. There's not such an overload here to the point that people are going to say, I'll never use all of that. And obviously some positive changes, I would say, for 2024 as far as the upgrades go. Tell me what you think about this 2024 Honda Ridgeline Sport. Are you surprised at some of the features that come on this base trim level? In my opinion, there are some things that you might expect to see on higher trim levels, and yet here they are. Tell me what your thoughts are. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends here at Holmes Honda for loaning me this Ridgeline Sport for the day, and a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel just yet, please consider doing so. That way you don't miss any future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.